I'm not sure how this is going to translate, because the lighting isn't the best. Anyway, I got this Archie number 53 in an auction. It is from 1951. It's in pretty rough shape, but there's definitely room for improvement. This will get a press. I'm sure you can see by the light how wavy the cover is. This should turn out really nice when I'm done with it, as far as like flattening it. That being said, we got some rough spots here. We got this giant, this giant patch of dirt, and it looks like just mud, right here on the cover. And of course some overall like dirtiness. So I'm going to do the best I can with the tools that I have to make this a bit nicer. We're going to be very careful over the color areas. I don't want to lose any more ink than we have already. But we're going to give this a shot. So with my X-Acto, I'm just going to gently fold that back over. So what I like to do is very, very lightly go over it with a magic eraser, so any like junk will come off, and there's a lot of dirt on here. So very, very lightly, like you're just grazing the top. You get the heavy soiled stuff, and I'm gonna see here. It is actually coming up. The chunks of mud. I do not want to put any pressure on though, so I want to, I'm not coaxing it off, I just want it to flake off with the lightest amount of pressure. See, it's starting to get better, but underneath this apparently it looks like some of the ink has stuck to the mud, so I'm getting a little bit of loss, but it's acceptable because ink loss versus a big chunk of mud probably a little bit better. I'm gonna use the back end of this X-Acto, not the blade itself, but I have a nice little flat edge right here, so it'll just hit the high spot just like that, nice and gentle. It'll just be the difference between the paper and the mud. See, it's coming like right off. I'm not scraping, in fact I'm above the paper. That was actually really good. That one I'm not going to be able to tackle because I'll lose the black on the letter. Same with this, I'm starting to get a little white. Actually, that was always gone. This hunk of mud. Yeah, there's already just, I guess, the moisture of the mud. There was already some ink loss underneath it. That's not me. Okay. Another tool is one of these, a makeup brush. Just for getting dust off without damaging the book. Nice little brush. Okay. Now we're going to use, these are my favorite erasers for cleaning. They're super soft. These Papermate white pearls. I'm a huge fan of these. White pearl, Papermate. Alright, very, very lightly. I kind of just do little tiny circles in some areas just to see. In the white only, not the ink. Just to see if it's even cleanable. And it is. It's cleaning up a bit. There's some water damage that's not going to come up. Can't do anything about that. But I am gently touching the eraser to the paper. I'm not really touching it at all. The trick here is more passes with a light touch than aggressively going, like trying to get the job done very quickly. I mean, I bought this book to play with, so it can't get any worse than it already is. Well, I mean, it could, but... Alright, I'm going to try, because I usually, well, I'll stick to the white, but I'm going to try this yellow. Very, very carefully. And it is cleaning up without taking any of the ink off, which is nice. You see that eraser? The eraser is not showing any yellow, so just getting the dirt. The dirt's coming off really nice on that yellow. Definitely want to stay away from the black, because if you hit the black and raise the ink off of it, you're just going to get a bunch of white spots, and you don't want that. So try to work in circles, because you in circles you at least attack it from many directions instead of just like up and down and left and right. That's water damage. That's not going to fix it. That cleaned up really nice though, actually, and I still have no yellow on here, so that's good. At least I have a light enough touch. So I like to pick an area and just clean that area. Alright, let's see. Let's try right here in this white area here. I think most of our restoration will happen with a press, because it's really wrinkled. That cleaned up nice, actually. So this mud is being really difficult. And I'm getting a little red here too. Another thing you might want to do every once in a while, I'll use the pad here, but clean the eraser off. Just get it nice and fresh corner. That yellow cleans up nice. Some of these high spots, they're just rubs, so it's a little surface dirt. That cleaned up really nice. No loss. When you can, keep going in a circle. Obviously, like something like this, you want to go in a straight line just to keep it in the area. And in this case, because I already know from the mud area that you want to stay off this black. The black is really brittle. It is it wants to chip. So I don't want to lose any more black than is already gone. Definitely want to pick and choose your battles. That cleaned up really nice though. Alright, let's pick an area that we can at least demonstrate how well it's cleaning up. You see right here by this leg? See all that dirt? We're going to try to get rid of all that. So we'll work in that area right now just to at least show you what we're doing. Same thing, small circles. Of course, the area I picked, it's not coming up very good. It is. Actually, now it is. Still no loss, that's good. It just tells me my touch is light enough where I'm not damaging the book. You know, like I keep repeating, more passes, less touch. Clean it off. Now this is just a cleaning, so anything we do here with dry methods won't be a restoration. If I were to use lighter fluid, alcohol, any other means to clean the book, bleach, then it becomes a restoration, then you risk a green label. Still good. So a lot of this is a water stain, so it's dirt on top of a water stain. I'm not going to get rid of that. But we did a good job of cleaning the area, that's for sure. So I'll brush that. So here you can get a good look at least I got rid of that dirt stain. It's a lot cleaner now. No color loss, which is good. I'm just going to move to another area. I'm going to stick to this light yellow because at least I know with the current method that I'm cleaning it, not damaging it. So I can just continue what I'm doing. Every new area you go to, you don't know how the ink is going to act, so you want to test it in a low profile area. Like this red, I would go over here where it's already damaged and you won't notice it as much. You don't want to go right in the middle. Now I'm doing a cleaning first before I press. I don't know if I'm right, but my guess is I don't want to press in dirt. That would be bad. I don't see any like surface like pebbles or anything like that, but I would think that any surface dirt, especially if it's, you know, thick, it'll just damage the cover. So I want to clean it as much as I can before the press, and then I'll come back after and see if I can clean it up anymore. There's a lot of water stains, so a lot of that's just, it's not going to come up. That would take a chemical cleaning, a bleaching, which I'm not comfortable with. Yeah, that was nice. Dirt came up really nice there. Now here's the other thing, that I'm cleaning the eraser off after so many passes to give it some tooth again. But here's the thing, like when you do get like a dirt skin here, then it becomes less aggressive. So if you want to hit into a certain area while the eraser has less tooth and it's less aggressive, that might be a good time to use it before you clean it off, because as soon as I rub the dirt off, then it becomes gritty again, or it becomes more toothy. So it'll dig in a bit more. I mean, you still obviously with your hand you have control, but it'll definitely get into it a lot heavier once you clean the eraser. I'm gonna do her hair now because I'm pretty confident that the yellow is fine. It won't come up like I learned on the book. And yeah, it's cleaning up pretty good. I don't want to mess with the halftones, like in the couch and the face and the hand here, the legs, if I can avoid it. Because halftones are, if you see whites in them, it changes the color. Alright, that cleaned up good too. The yellow is definitely good for cleaning, and there's no color loss on the eraser, which is, I always keep checking. I want to make sure that I'm not too aggressive. So now I'm back to the white here. And I'm just going to shoot right across because there's a dirt stain right in the middle, which is coming right up, which is nice. There's no water stain. The water stain is here, and there's a little one right here. I'm actually over a water stain right now, so that's not coming up. The dirt is gone though, which is good. Now, dirt in these creases, I don't know if I want to, I mean, you want to go perpendicular to the crease. Yeah, actually I cleaned up pretty good. And go over the edge of it, because that's obviously how the dirt landed on the crease, going back and forth over it instead of the long way. It's dirty on a raised edge. It actually cleaned up really nice. Cool. Same here, a little raised crease. Yeah, that's not going to clean up much better. We're good. Yeah, and that is a water stain. But we actually did pretty good there. Alright, let me just gently go over this halftone like I just said I wouldn't. Let's see if the dirt comes up. Yeah, no, I don't like that. Nothing came off, but I'm not comfortable with that. Go back to these yellow lines. They clean up really easily. It appears like there's a water stain in there, so that one's not going to clean up. And that one did. Okay. Now I'm going to hit this edge. If you can see right there by the leg right here. So I'm going to try to clean all that up. It's pretty dirty. This doesn't appear to be water stain. The water stain ends at her leg, so this should clean up pretty nice. This is a good example of how brittle this black is, though. Look at her shoe. I didn't touch that. But you see how the black is just flaking off. There's like areas where the black just like flecks right off the cover. So I'm going to stay away from the black completely. I don't want to touch it. Even when I was cleaning up that mud area, the black under the mud was just, it was flecking off really easily. So when I do edges like this, I like to hold it in really small areas and just go down an edge. But the best thing to do is to go over and lift and go over and lift. You do not want to come back over that. You're just going to tear the page. You don't want to do that. So always go out towards the edge of the book like that. When you go in, just lift up. Don't go back. And don't do circles on the edges, obviously, because you're going back. So like I said, I like to hold it pretty straight on that edge. This is pretty dirty. And I'm staying away from those shoes. I don't want to touch the shoes. And then that 10 center too, I'm not gonna go near that. It's cleaning up. No ink on the eraser, so I'm good. Even the current pressure I'm using is good. So I'm gonna get a little bit more aggressive because the dirt is coming off and I'm not damaging the cover. And we're still good. There's a lot of dirt here. This is also water stained, so that hard line, this hard line right here, is not going to go away. So tears, probably best to avoid them. Like here, I'm gonna go over to the tear, but I'm gonna stay pretty far away from the actual flap. Not a good idea to mess with that. You'll just compound the tear. I'll just avoid it. Not worth it. Alright, so I don't remember if you know what it used to look like, but we're much cleaner now, except for that water stain line, you see? But it's a lot cleaner. Alright, now we're going to go into this bottom corner here. It's pretty dirty. There you go. So I'm going to stay low on the angle and go out and work my way up towards where the point comes in, up that way, and not down, because I want to go off the page. So that is just a tiny little tear. So I want to just keep going off the page. Much cleaner. That looks great. That looks really good. Alright, so like I said, I'm not touching anything with halftones. I'll touch his teeth. They're a little dirty. And his eyes. I do have pretty good control with this eraser too. There's a sharp edge. And I'm pretty good at avoiding the black. Yeah, those cleaned up really nice. Looks good. Alright, this red, I think, yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. That mud definitely did a number. Well, that letter cleaned up nice. Oh, they're both cleaning up nice. Alright, so I'm very, very lightly going over the R in largest here, and it's definitely getting darker. Like the haze from the mud is off of it now. So I'm not getting any, it's not black, it's dirt. So that's good. I'm going to bring the tooth back a little bit on the eraser. But I'm going to very gently go over the letters again and try to get that dark black again. It's coming right back, actually. So I'm just gauging this by the contrast of the letter color. So the darkness is actually coming right out. So whatever that mud haze on the letters is going away. So that's good. I'll go over that line. I know I can't get real close for you guys. This is really the best I can do, but at least you can see how you can clean a comic. It does take experience, but this is a great example of like a 1950s comic. This paper presses really well. Modern stuff is a lot tougher with the inks and the paper they use. This old stuff is really easy to clean. So it's good practice. You get an old ratty book that you can play with. Get the tools that I got. X-Acto, cosmetic brush, white pearl for the magic eraser. And for the real nasty stuff, I have a kneadable eraser. This is actually really good. I would not use it here. This is actually really good for tougher dirt stains. So I might come in with the X-Acto and see about getting this one little mud piece right here. There it goes. It's gone. Alright, so S through G are pretty clean now. This hyphen right on, I have to hit better. And then right here too. I'm really careful about that. I don't like that. So I'm gonna go to the E. There's a low area here that's got mud in it that I couldn't get before. It actually came right up with the eraser. That's good. And the E darkened right up. No color loss. Nope, I did that. Nope, I did not. This is actually one of those times where I'm trying to just go in one direction. Just call it experience. I don't know why I do it, but I think I just want to not hit it from all directions just because of the ink wants to fleck. So I think, just going in one direction, I know it's not going to fleck in that one direction. Like, I can feel it with the eraser that it's like skimming over certain parts of the letter. That's just, I think it's just covered in mud. It feels like it's covered in mud. That's why I'm cleaning it off. I want to give it a little bite until I don't feel that anymore. I feel it's like right there. It's actually cleaned up pretty good for as bad as it is. So I just have this E and the two L's, and I think the mud area is pretty clean. This was really bad too to begin with. Obviously we're just going to do a surface clean because I'm assuming that this from here to here, all the pages, because it looked like it was just wet with mud, there's probably a water stain and some dirt on every page in this entire book, but we're just practicing here. We're going to try to turn this, I think, $7 book into maybe a $20 book. Yeah, I don't feel any grit anymore. That's good. That feels good. Other than the fact that it's wrinkled. Okay. There's really nothing I can do there. Alright, now we're gonna head up into the letters. And this yellow up here. I'm not gonna touch the blue. The blue is nice and bright, although it is dirty. I'm gonna just hit the white border. And I'm only gonna go in one direction for this. But it is cleaning up really nice. And to be honest with you, the dirt is not really showing up on the blue, so there's no point risking it. Alright, we'll clean off the eraser. Now, like I said, this comes with experience. You are going to damage books. I've damaged books. Some of the probably more experienced cleaners than me have damaged books. It stinks. That's why you want to practice on all types of already worthless books. Get yourself some modern, some silver, some early bronze, some different papers, and try different techniques, different situations. I mean, I own a t-shirt business too, so it is I'm lucky. I have a very nice t-shirt press, even heat, and very heavy, and I can regulate the pressure and the heat, so I have a lot more control over the books than most. So yes, I use my t-shirt printer for pressing books. Now, I would not go out and get any run-of-the-mill $100 Amazon t-shirt press. The heat is not even, the pressure is not even, and you're going to get mixed results. That's really, this white is cleaning up really nice. And you don't want mixed results. Consistency is key to cleaning comics. This is what I mean before when you want to not be aggressive. You see there's a, let it focus. I think it'll focus. Come on. No? Well, anyway, you can kind of see it. There's it skins on the top. So it has less bite. It's just a buildup of dirt. So if you want to like use that and go off this safe white area and tackle a more an area that you want to be less aggressive on, that's a good time to do it, when your eraser's filled with buildup and it's less toothy and gritty. Same thing. It's just it has less bite, less aggressive. Now this eye is mostly a water stain. I'm not going to get that out. Okay. Actually looks really good. Well, that part. I'm going to just hit this yellow now in tiny circles because I know I can clean the yellow. Make sure nothing's coming up because we are doing a new area now. Also, you want to stay away from moldy books. If the book has mold on it, probably not a good idea to rub it with an eraser. Now here, because I can see the evidence of black chipping, I'm obviously, with the context that I have, I know it's probably best to avoid the black because it'll just pop right off. So I'm gonna work around the black. Like I said, I have a nice edge on this. That's why I love these erasers so much, where I can avoid the black, no problem. That's it. Well, maybe right here I can, but I'm not gonna get too crazy. So that's a water stain. That's not gonna come up. Okay. So I think we've done a pretty decent job of getting the dirt up. So now we're gonna do this yellow bar right here. I'm gonna go where it's the worst, here or there, and just see. Make sure I'm not so aggressive that the yellow's coming up. I'm getting a little bit of yellow on here, so maybe this is too much. I'll use the fat end and just with a very light circles, see if this cleans it up a little. No yellow, that's good. Can't say it's cleaning a whole lot either though. I'm barely touching the paper. Yeah, see, I am getting a little yellow there. I don't like that. I think I'm going to not touch this anymore. I can hit that. Just those 4 parts where it's the biggest, and I think we're done on the front. There's not a whole lot else I can do. I think just getting that mud stain out of there was a huge difference. And once I press this is actually going to look decent. Yeah, that'll be alright. Let's flip it to the back now. You see, the mud did continue to the back. Alright, so you can see here, it's pretty dirty. We're going to try to clean that script, Schaefer's script up. Oh yeah, that's cleaning up nice. So I already know with this type of paper that I can be a little bit more aggressive on the white. Not too aggressive, because there's a certain gloss to this paper that you don't want to rub off, so you want to still be gentle, but you can bite down a little harder. This is cleaning up really nice. Now, like I said, I bought this for, obviously, it's a 1950s Archie. Number 53, I think it was. 53. It's old. But I saw some potential as some good practice, especially that mud spot, and I got it for so cheap. Maybe I can turn this like I said, $7 book into a 20-something dollar book. So yeah, that script cleaned up really nice. Look at that. It's perfect. So now I'm going to hit all the white spots, and just the white spots. And then after I'm done with the white, I will go and look at the yellow. Don't forget, we're on the edges. You want to go middle out and not back over, because you do not want to tear. I have before. It's not fun. Just a mental lapse. That border's cleaning up pretty good too. So I can see there's a tear here. I'm gonna avoid it. Don't need it. So you always want to go out towards the corner. And don't come back. I'm only going this way just because I'm going like perpendicular over this crease right here. There's like dirt in the crease. But then back to out. Still some dirt in there, but the white is cleaning up pretty good. I'm using a little bit more pressure. Not much. I think I'll be able to go over the yellow. Alright, this part's pretty rough. I'm gonna be very gentle. We got 2 tears here. There's a lot of chipping. I don't think I'll be able to hold it in place, so I'm gonna avoid being at all aggressive here. See if I can get that dirt patch going. It's coming up. Yeah, it's actually cleaning up pretty good. I don't know if you can see that. Actually, it's cleaning up so good you could probably see that. That's nice, right? Alright, I'm not touching that because that looks really crumbly. It's like very brittle over here. Okay, let me brush all this away. Okay, I'm going to go after this script. It's pretty dirty. I'm pretty sure I can clean that up pretty good too. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. Yeah, that's cleaning up nice. You'd be surprised, actually, with a little experience, how easy it is to stay within the white on a script like this and not bleed over into the red. Just control. I've been doing this a long time. Brushed away. That actually turned out really nice. Cleaned it right up. Okay, now I'm going to try really gently to get this yellow clean. We are not going to do this very aggressive. We're going to be really nice light touch. I don't want any of that ink coming up. We're good on the eraser. Like I did before, I'm going to avoid that black. The writing. Like I said, the black seems to be really brittle on this book, so I'm not touching it. The yellow's cleaning up pretty good. When I say I'm barely touching the paper, I am barely touching the paper. Like I am just gliding the eraser across the paper. That cleaned up really nice. Cool, right? Alright, now we're going to hit more white areas. We're going to do this, well, I never hit the back. Let me hit the back of the spine. And the top too. I never went across this corner. So let me just quickly, not carelessly, but quickly do this top edge. I'll do all the white before I do. I'm not going to touch a lot of this. This looks really brittle. And I'm just going to do more of the same. Just hitting the yellow areas really lightly, and I can be a little bit more aggressive on the white areas, but I'm avoiding the black altogether. Anything like even the red, I'm not really touching the red. I'm concerned about losing some color. The white is cleaning up really nice though. Even the smallest white areas like this eyeball, just it cleans up so nice, it pops. After I'm done with this area, I'll give you a close-up of where I'm going next so you can see the difference, because the white looks really good. Alright, I'll probably go over that permanent or washable area next. I don't know if you can see how dirty it is, because it looks fairly clean on the picture, but that's what I just did, and look how good that looks. So I'll do the jar, and then I'll do permanently or washable. I think it helps too that there's no water staining on the back, not like there was on the front. Yeah, that cleaned up good. I don't know if you can tell the difference on that one. That one's, let's try doing this. You see that? That's pretty dirty. That cleaned up really good. So now I'm going to do the magic circle next. So for this black, it's actually pretty hardy. I'm not as worried about it as I was on the front. It looks like it's pretty good. So what I'm doing is I'm letting the eraser build up around the edges, and when you see I got that nice black dirt coating, it's actually just skipping across the paper now. Now I'll go over everything, including the black, and and it's cleaning right up. So I'm using the dirt to take the bite off of the eraser, And it just means more passes, but it'll still get the dirt up. But yeah, it cleans up super nice. It's really good. So I'll also leave this dirt on when I'm going over the yellow, which I'm going to do now. Very gently, but this yellow's cleaning up really good too. I'm just not going to touch the red, because red will look really bad. Alright, I'm going to work on the ducks in this area. I don't know if you can see how dirty it is. Alright, you can get a pretty good look between his arm and that top purple duck, how dirty that is there. I'm going to clean that. There's a good amount of fingerprints in there too. That I'm not sure. I might be able to get it out. This one's not cleaning up like I thought it would. It is, but it's being a little tougher. I'm just using the lightest touch though. I don't want to lose any of this yellow, and I'm still good. See, I haven't no yellow on the eraser, which means that I'm at least being aggressive enough. If you're taking ink, you'll know. Still good. Yeah, not the best. Should also use, like, you shouldn't hold it down with your hand because there's oils on your hand that could leave fingerprints. Should be using a glove. That's cleaning up good. No yellow. I hope this is translating from the camera. I know it's high above. I tried doing it with my GoPro, but it's got like this fisheye, so you can't really get close. That's a water stain. That's not getting clean. That actually looks good. Alright, I got two more areas here. The bottle, the yellow bottle on the label. Or yellow label on the bottle. And below the ducks, that one bar. And then I think we're done. Then I think once we press this thing, we'll see what else we can hit. There were some three dark lines right through this that came up really nice. There's still one faintly. I'm not being that aggressive. Like I said before, I am barely touching the paper. It's like, I don't know if any of you have ever airbrushed, but airbrushing, you want to take many passes and bring the color out slowly. It's the same thing here. You want to take more passes and the dirt will gradually go away. Now, you won't see it quickly, so therefore you don't know that what you're doing is working, but take some photos. Take some before and after photos. I just know through experience that what I'm doing is working, but and in some spots it's a lot more noticeable than others, but it's also the context. If you see that one area that you got really clean and the rest of the book looks just like that, well, you just clean the rest of the book too. I know this is a long video. I actually think I might press this tonight. So what I'm going to do with this, it's an older book. I can use a little bit more heat. I'm probably going to put this at 175. I'm going to hit it with some moisture. I'm going to heat press one side, moisture, heat press the other side. Then on the front cover, I'm going to moisture, heat press it again, and leave it overnight. Clamp down on it. And this way it doesn't curl. And tomorrow I should have a nice flat cover and back cover. Should. Alright. Now, you want to get all of this eraser dust out of here. This is the only downside of these white pearls, is the eraser dust. This is the one great thing about kneadable erasers, is there's no dust. But kneadable erasers are a lot more aggressive too. They're like tiny clay balls of sandpaper. But yeah, you want to get all of that eraser dust off the book. Let's see, let me try using it in an area that I didn't get clean. No. Kneadable eraser too is a different, I use a different technique. It's more of a flick. like this. I don't know if you can see, but I usually go like that and do it in very tiny strokes. But that's done. So maybe in the yellow somewhere where I just couldn't get it, like here. Make sure I'm not, because this you'll definitely notice the ink on the eraser. It's actually doing the trick. This is a much, much more aggressive eraser. Yeah, I'm really concerned about pulling up the ink. I mean, this book isn't really worth a whole lot. So concerned, I don't know. Alright. Couple more brushes. This cover will look really nice after press. Okay, so that's it for now. I'm going to, maybe I'll record it. I might be able to record it on my GoPro. Yes, I think I can. And, we'll do the next step, the pressing. Okay. Bye. Okay, so as far as prepping a book for pressing, I like to take a board and put it in the middle. Right in the center fold. Just like that. Digital Night K220S. Obviously this is for t-shirts, not for pressing comic books, but this is what I use. I'm going to go to I'm going to go to 175 degrees. We'll start there. For moisture, I'm using a Extreme Steam Conair garment steamer. I'll show you. Okay, so for steaming, you just want to take your humidity and about 2 inches from the book. Once it starts, you want to evenly. Come on. There we go. So you want to evenly cover the book in moisture. Not too much. Just nice even coat. Sheet of Teflon to protect it, like that. And you want to clamp down for a minute. There we go. So we got 20 seconds left. This may take a second pass, but we should get most of the creases out after the first pass. so I don't wake anybody up. Too late. Alright. There's our book pressed. It actually came out really nice. This tear went back. Press that again. That's really flat. But yeah, we took all the creases out. It looks really good. It's already so much better. Alright, we're going to do the same thing on the back. Moisture, press. I'll see you in a second. Alright, we're done with the back. Back came out really nice too. Nice and flat. Alright, I'm going to take out the cardboard now. And I'm going to flip it back over. I'm going to hit it with moisture one more time. I'm going to turn off the machine while it's still in there. And I'm going to leave it overnight so it doesn't curl. And let it get down to room temperature, and then that's it. Alright, so pressing is done. It came out amazing. It sat overnight. As you can see, all the ripples are out. I don't think I'm going to attempt any more cleaning. I probably raised it a few grades with the ripple, the mud, the dirt. I think it came out alright. So if you guys have any questions about Comet cleaning, I wouldn't call this restoration, I would just call it cleaning. Give me a comment down below, and I'll get to all of your questions if you got any. And I think that's it. So like and subscribe to this. I'll probably do others. I actually have a Green Lantern, what is this? 76. Yeah. It's a hot comic. So I have a Green Lantern 76 that I have to clean. There's a little stain on the back. I'm going to try to get that out. Maybe raise that a couple grades. Overall, it's in really nice shape, so I want to send that one out for grading. And that's it. I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.